Hey everyone, Harper Cooper here, your no-nonsense guide through the chaos that is American politics. Welcome back to where I dissect the daily drama in DC without the sugarcoating. Today is September 6th, 2025, and boy, do we have a buffet of bureaucratic bedlam to chew on. From shutdown shenanigans to Trump's latest teaser, let's dive in before I need another espresso. First up, Congress has slithered back to Washington, staring down deadlines for government funding. You know, the usual, avoiding a shutdown that could leave federal workers playing unpaid bingo. While the fiscal year clock ticks down, the do-nothing GOP lawmakers are bracing for intense battles. Translation: more grandstanding and less governing. On to the Epstein controversy. What a perfectly timed spectacle on the Capitol steps Wednesday. A group of Jeffrey Epstein's brave survivors gathered for a bipartisan press conference, raw emotions spilling out as they demanded the release of sealed files and their rightful access to the truth about the twisted financiers network, only to be dramatically drowned out by a roaring Air Force jet flyover, courtesy of President Trump's orders to honor a fallen Polish pilot, because nothing screams respect for victims like turning their pleas into a Top Gun sequel. As tears flowed and stories of abuse echoed, the White House dismissed the whole thing as a Democratic hoax. Democratic hoax? Who unearthed this scandal swamp first, Donnie? You and your crew, that's who, stirring the pot while pretending innocence. Newsflash, Americans aren't the dimwits you bank on. We see right through your foggy bluster. I never thought I would say this, but thank you, MTG, for your support of the victims. President Trump, self-anointed picture of vitality, unleashed an exciting Oval Office spectacle on Monday. Per Trump, the U.S. Space Command HQ is abandoning Colorado for Huntsville, Alabama, because Colorado's mail-in voting is corrupt and Alabama fought harder, obviously. Critics, including Colorado's entire congressional delegation, are howling about national security risks and billions in costs. Not one to chill. Trump's also said he was sending National Guard troops to Chicago and Baltimore, and also thinking about New Orleans, Louisiana, thumbing his nose at local leaders and a federal ruling against similar stunts in LA. Oh, and he's appealing a court's ruling that his sweeping tariffs are illegal, claiming they're the key to saving America from economic ruin. Sure, Don, tariffs are totally the nation's superhero cape. So here I was, popcorn in one hand and a cold brewski in the other, watching the anticipated and reportedly exciting Trump Oval Office show. Will the next exciting announcement from Trump be about alien invasions, a new MAGA crypto scam, his resignation, or, dare we hope, an actual medical update? With this administration, it's anyone's guess, especially when our glorious leader's idea of exciting includes military overreach and tariff tantrums. As always, you know it's going to be a wild ride. Moving on, Trump's 5 to 6 day public absence sparked death hoaxes and rumors of physical and mental decline, fueled by visible hand bruises and a White House note on chronic venous insufficiency. His response? A Truth Social all-caps rant. Never felt better in my life. Eric Trump decided to clap back, stating the reports were twisted lies about his daddy's health. Oh, please, Eric, in my ever so humble opinion, and trust me, it's echoed by a global symphony of eye rollers. You really ought to zip that yap of yours, chap, since you are the undisputed king of dim-wittedness in the Trump dynasty. Not that the bar is exactly stratospheric. The entire clan's intellectual prowess barely limps beyond elementary school recess vibes, with maybe, big maybe, an exception for Ivanka. Let's not forget about RFK. Buckle up for the latest circus act in D.C. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Trump's freshly minted health secretary and eternal vaccine skeptic, strutted into a Senate hearing today like a conspiracy theorist's dream date, defending his wild-eyed policies that have thrown the CDC into utter chaos, while Democrats rightfully branded him a charlatan with a reckless disregard for science. There he was, sparring with senators, both GOP and Democrats, telling them they're flat out wrong as he doubled down on his anti-vax gospel, questioning COVID jabs' safety and efficacy, despite mountains of evidence to the contrary, all while conveniently ignoring that his boss, Donald Trump, still brags about Operation Warp Speed as his crowning glory. Even a GOP senator piled on, accusing RFK of denying people vaccines, turning the whole fiasco into a bipartisan roast of RFK's pseudoscience parade, because nothing says "Make America Healthy Again" like undermining the very shots that saved millions. And that's the U.S. politics roundup for now, equal parts absurd and alarming. Remember, folks, stay informed, vote like your future depends on it, because it does, and maybe laugh a little to keep from crying. I'm Harper Cooper. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.